Hello, O Speaks. If you're new here, please like, subscribe, share. Um, I'm scrolling through X. Oh, sorry, one second. I'm scrolling through X trying to see exactly where we are right now on a shooting that just happened about 45 minutes ago with Charlie Kirk. Um, I have a video, and I'm praying this other video that I saw is not real. Because if it is, we just lost a person over politics. Let me play what I have so far. What's going on, Flip?
Word just a couple of moments ago that Charlie Kirk has been shot. We have very few details so far coming in on this. We're dependent on witnesses okay. Utah Valley University. And he was speaking in front of a crowd. And in that moment, and correct me if I'm wrong, he was speaking about obviously trans issues in the country today. When a shot or shots rang out, and we can now confirm via Jason Chaffetz, who was at the event at Utah Valley University, that shots rang out as Charlie was talking about transgender mass shootings. Per Jason Chaffetz, a witness there, says he can't say that he saw blood, but he saw him he can't say also that he saw him get shot, but he did hear the gunshot ring out, and he was watching Charlie, and then he fell back and to the left.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Oh my God. Go, run, run. Whoa. You guys okay? Okay, love you. Be safe.
So this video here is was shot by a guy named where is it? Life is Driving on X. He was at the event. There's nothing going to be like super graphic, so I'm just going to play this for now.
Okay, be safe. Apparently, there's been a shooting. I don't know who's been shot. We are here live at Utah Valley State University. I don't know if that was shots or if that was fireworks, to be honest, but. Good, how are you doing? Were you able to see anything that happened? I was standing right here interviewing people. Hang on, Charlie Kirk got shot? Holy shit, Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck. This is unconfirmed. This is from my son who was down there right in front of Charlie Kirk. We're going to go down there and see if we. I don't know the accuracy of that. Abby, are you inside or outside? My son just said that on the phone. I'm getting out of here. Stay close. You guys, okay, wait, go that way. Hey, go that way. Go.
So he was in this booth when we heard the shots. Right where this guy is with the white t-shirt. So there's a guy with the blue right here, right behind him off to his left, to our right. Is round where Kirk was sitting. And the good thing is I don't see blood on that backdrop. The reason I'm saying that is because I saw a video that looked really, really, really bad. I can't even show that one. So hopefully that was like AI or somebody just being sick, because it looked really, 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 really bad. And I want to pull this up because this is the climate of politics that we're in today. Let me pull up my X, because this is insane.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
And goodness knows the wicked
That's wild. So whether you're a person of faith or not, I would encourage people to say prayers, because this is the climate that we're in right now, where people are literally celebrating somebody getting shot. And it doesn't get worse than this, to where we're at a point now, we're in a country with freedom of speech. This isn't Europe. This isn't, where you type something on X and you can get arrested, because that's been happening in Europe for the last year or two. They don't have full freedom of speech. We do. What Charlie Kirk does is he goes on college campuses and he just debates ideas. What's going on, Wabatube? So there should never be a point where you're debating ideas and people think it's okay to shoot the person. And that's where we've gotten to. And this isn't new. We just saw Trump got shot right before the election, or not right before the election, but about 5-6 months before the election last year. Nothing came of it. We still don't know any of the details. So when you have a guy who just goes to college campuses and talks to younger students and challenges their ideas, these kinds of people right here think it's acceptable to shoot him. So apparently he got shot. I'm not going to go over the video that I saw, but apparently he got shot somewhere up here, maybe in the neck, potentially. If he got shot in the neck, there's not much room in the neck for mistakes. Like, it could be in any direction, and somebody can lose their life. So I'm going to say prayers for the man. I encourage people, whether you're a person of faith or not, to say prayers for the man, because I could see if there was a contentious fight and emotions got involved and you're fist fighting somebody and something happens, okay. But when you're just talking about politics, this shouldn't happen ever. There's no way this should happen. And I obviously you have to blame the person who fired the gun. What's going on, Lester? But when you're to the point where you're this deranged over politics, I think that there is literal brainwashing going on right now, to where the media is so inflammatory with what they believe, and they push these ideas that they believe are right, to the point where somebody like this guy can celebrate another man being shot because he disagrees with what he says about whatever the topic is. Like, this dude's got a family, man. This is my thumbnail. Dude's got 2 kids. He's got a wife. He goes out. He makes a living giving his opinions, and he gets shot. Now, I don't go with the whole Democrats or terrorists thing. Now, whoever shot him is, but this is not good, man. This is not good. This came out minutes after he was shot. For, of course, a black woman. God, why? Why do we have to get involved in this kind of stuff? But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and say that celebrating a man getting shot in the neck, that's wild. Like, you really have to be in a bad place in life to think that that's okay. Yeah, there's really no other info other than what I just played on that news clip. Right now, it just looks like he was talking to somebody. He said something. I only heard one shot, but the view was so far back. You don't know how far he was. I believe the person was pretty close. Just by the way he moved, and it looked like potentially they got one of the people, because I saw a man on X that was being arrested. It said it wasn't verified, so I don't want to put him on my screen, because I don't know if it's really the guy. You know what I mean? Crazy. It's crazy. How you, like, just imagine, no matter what you're giving your opinion on, and somebody thinks that this is the way to handle it. I don't get it, man. I really don't. Oh yeah, you saw. Yeah, you were still live when it happened. I'm like, what is this? And I put together just a real short video that I just played. This view, I don't even know. This might even be too graphic. I'm not monetized. Let me put this up. This view. So that is about the best view that we have. There's another one that's really close. Like I said, I'm not going to play that because I don't know if that's AI. I don't know what that is. And if there are people willing to celebrate online in front of the world that he got shot, there are people who are willing to make an AI video showing it. But that is the motion that he made, right? You could see it. I don't know if you could see it. Let me see if I can pause it. That is the motion that he made. So that's just a close-up still of when he got shot. And that's just, man. I don't know. Like I said, I just wanted to. This is why I don't debate. And it's not because I'm scared of getting shot. It's because people don't know how to handle listening to different ideas and disagreeing and just being able to agree to disagree. This is why I say if people don't agree with me, send them to me because I can talk to people without going here, without any of this. Like, it's not necessary in my opinion. I've never really liked this kind of thing. Well, correction. In the last 5-10 years, I don't like debating ideas anymore because it seems like people are becoming more and more unhinged. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have that up. There's a video. Hold on, let me. I'm not showing it because it's really, really graphic, and I'm hoping. No, that's not it's not verified. There's community notes on this video that I'm watching. If you go on the X, you can see some really graphic videos. I don't recommend it if you have a weak stomach because it looks like he got shot right about here, and man, that blood came out a lot. If that's a real video. Say your prayers, man. Even if you like I said, even if you don't pray, there's actually scientific studies that show that prayer helps. Prayer works. Reasonable opinion. Yeah, if you go on X and type in his name, I'm sure you'll come across this video. It is extremely close up. And it's sad and it's scary and I feel bad for his wife. I feel horrible for his kids. Because this is a very close up shot of him getting shot. And then there's another one where a guy's getting arrested. But like I said, I'm not going to put any of this up because I don't know if it's real. And it would be irresponsible, in my opinion, to put this up.
With Allen, after one of the Doge employees was allegedly attacked in Washington, D.C., that's what Donald Trump used as a justification to send in, because as we were just talking about a moment ago with Allen, after one of the Doge employees was allegedly attacked in Washington, D.C., that's what Donald Trump used as a justification to send in federal troops into Washington, D.C. to get things under control. The carjacking situation, he used that. And I know it's hard to predict the future, Mark, but you can imagine the administration using this as a justification for something.
I must admit, I'm at a loss to guess as to what happens next. But Kirk,
here I am thinking that that's a normal news story, and she's using it to inflame people against Trump. You hear? This is exactly what I was just talking about. The media, in my opinion, is complicit. Anytime we see any kind of political violence, the media is complicit, especially when you see stuff like this. There's another view of the same thing that I saw that I don't. A man being unalived over his political views. And I keep closing it back out because my X feed is crazy as it is. So they're going to be showing some graphic things on my timeline. That's why I keep closing it out. MSNBC is still using this as leverage to talk about what Trump's going to do to illegal immigrants. This is insanity. I hope that's wrong. And Charlie, so they announced Charlie Kirk
pretty quickly, as you would imagine they would do. At
MSNBC is just the worst. They are the worst. I will say this: they inspired me to start doing this kind of commentary just because of how horrible they are and how much the media lies.
Yeah, we're showing, by the way, our affiliate in Utah, and the aftermath of the shooting. You could see people running away pretty quickly, as you would imagine they would do at gunshots. The FBI director, Kash Patel, has weighed in on this. He just tweeted the following: "We're closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. Our thoughts are with Charlie, his loved ones, and everyone affected. Agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response and the investigation." Charlie Kirk is a divisive figure, polarizing, lightning rod, whatever term you want to use. Why?
Well, he's one of MAGA's most prominent voices online. He hosts a near daily podcast. He opines on almost everything. He's been very closely aligned with the president since his initial run for office in 2015, 2016. And his ties to Trump really elevated his own brand. He was really quite young as an activist when the president launched his initial campaign. And he has kind of ridden along with MAGA since 2016 and built up a massive, massive brand of his own. His group has brought in tons and tons of money.
So her question to him was, he's a lightning rod, he's a divisive figure. Why? And he essentially says, because he's MAGA and he supports Trump. At least give the opinions that you think are divisive if you're going to say something like that. But he's a voice for MAGA. So that's why he's a lightning rod. That's why he's divisive. Just say he's on the right. Like, is this really the time to call somebody names? It's just weird. I have to close this again because I don't want that one video to pop up. But that language alone is just, it's divisive. It's literally what they're saying. And this is how it always goes. This is how it always goes. Of course, Elon Musk now says that the left is the party of murder. This is just what we're going to do. This is just what we're going to do. Sorry, I'm skipping through. This does not look good, man. So it looks like somebody just passed away or got unalived because of their opinions on trans issues and whatever else. Wild, wild, wild. Shooter might have been a supporter, of course. Oh my gosh. This can't be real. Again, this is the media. This is MSNBC so far, the only ones that I've seen on my timeline. And they usually pull them up because they're so outrageously bad at what they do. Listen to this.
In which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, to emphasize what you just emphasized, we don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about.
You hear that?
In which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, to emphasize what you just emphasized, we don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about.
This is MSNBC. And I used to start off all my lives saying, I'm doing this just because I think people need the real information. I tell you that I'm biased. I started every live off saying that I lean to the right. And the reason I do that is so that people don't think that I'm just giving 100% facts, because I have my opinions, but I admit it. They don't. They call themselves news. So this guy is a journalist, and he literally just said it could have been a supporter of Charlie Kirk's celebrating, shooting his gun off, because that's what we do. That's what gun owners do. We celebrate by shooting our guns toward people. MSNBC is horrible. They are horrible. Can't show that. Man. All right. Well, like I said, I just came up here because I saw this happening. And hopefully people can say prayers, whether they are people of faith or not. These people are so bad. Here's MSNBC again. So it almost seems intentional how they're reporting this. So you heard the last guy, right? I don't know if that's a supporter of Charlie Kirk's celebrating, I guess, by shooting at him. Because that makes perfect sense. Listen to this.
Then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt.
And that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
Turning Point USA has confirmed that he was shot. And there are a number of videos.
Then lead to hateful
Listen to
actions.
this dude.
And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt.
The dude's blaming. I think she stopped him because she realized that he was saying this out loud and they're live. The dude just said it's his fault for having awful thoughts.
Sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt.
And that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
Turning Point USA has confirmed that he was shot.
Okay, so she cut him off. We already knew he was shot. That's what they're talking about. She cut him off to stop him from saying what he's saying on air. He's blaming Charlie Kirk's words and awful thoughts. Not opinions, not his own opinions, not even opinions that I disagree with. His awful thoughts. Wow. So they're never going to let up. And if something like this happens, and we saw this even when Trump got shot, when they're celebrating, and the dude's making an excuse for the shooter, saying that it's Charlie Kirk's awful thoughts, and then saying what he said, which got him shot. She literally has to say, Matt. Wow.
Sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt.
And that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
Turning Point USA has confirmed that he was shot.
She knew that. She was stopping him from, he's probably going to get fired after this, but it ain't because they don't agree with it. It's because he said it out loud on air. That, I can't believe that dude just said that. All right. Well, that's all I have, man. Wow. If you can't handle a disagreement, you really do need to just shut off your internet, or not your internet, but shut off your social media and just don't engage. Don't engage. But that dude, wow. And he's a supposed journalist. Anyway, all right. Well, Amo Speaks. Like, subscribe, share. If you know people who disagree with my right-leaning politics, send them to me. I want to have actual conversations. I really do, because what ends up happening is this. You have people who refuse to talk to each other. Then when they do, they get so mad and worked up because they're not used to hearing what they don't agree with. Because Twitter or /X, Facebook, IG, TikTok, they have algorithms that send you what they think you want to see and then other things that they want to trigger you with. So you're not getting right-wing politics because you don't watch anything like that. So they're feeding you. So they're feeding you stuff. Some of it will be inflammatory, but typically it'll be from your own sources. So something like that will show up on your timeline. I watch everything. So I get everything. I get left, I get right, I get libertarian, I get anarchy on my timelines because that's what I'm that consumer. I absorb all of this stuff. But if you're far left or even far right and you only look at what you believe, when you hear somebody else say something that's opposing what you say, it makes you feel some kind of way and people get triggered. Pardon the pun, but literally, MSNBC, I just played 3 clips of them blaming Charlie Kirk. Or of course, it would have to be an evil right winger holding a gun, just shooting it randomly, because that's what gun owners do. That's what we do. Amo speaks. Send them my way. I appreciate everybody for coming in. Miss Just Jay, of course. Vibe in my lane. Catcher Matter Jagger. Jay, what's going on? Lou, appreciate you. Sis, thank you for stopping by, man. J2 Chulo, J2, Flip, Lester, appreciate you all. Thank you guys very much. And I'm gone.